on 99.3 Nigeria Info.
Yes, indeed. This is the Morning Crossfire. We're joined this morning by former National Chairman of the Inter-Party Advisory Committee, IPAC, Chief Victor Ameh. Chief Ameh, good morning to you. Thank you very much for your time.
Good morning, and good morning, Nigerians.
All right, Chief Ameh, I'm sure you've been quite busy in recent days with the developments regarding INEC. But before we go to INEC, I want you to comment on the presidential pardons. You're in Abuja, if I'm not mistaken, so you're closer to the seat of power. And a lot of people here in Lagos who've been calling in since morning do not understand what is going on. They don't understand why convicted drug barons and drug traffickers, criminals, who've been given sentences and they've not completed those sentences are being let go. Since you're in Abuja, do you have an idea, maybe a better idea, an understanding of what's going on to help us make sense of all this?
There's nobody, even those living in Abuja, nobody could make sense of the decision why the president has to deploy his prerogative of mercy towards empowering and giving criminals the opportunity to walk free from their crime. This further diminished the authority as granted to the president. There are people whose crime are very less, like those who probably stole a bread or a cup of curry because they were hungry. Not those people who deliberately, out of their way, started kidnapping, for ransom. People who took the life of their fellow human beings. People who were so heartless to undermine the sanctity of life. So you come to this point and we are bewildered. Because this further diminished that authority. This further is embarrassing both in the international community for people who have been caught in the act of. You know how much Nigerian government spent in trying to investigate cocaine peddlers and those who carry cocaine, who try to even destroy the life of our youth. Then you find it that the level of the drug addiction in some of the communities. Then you are within a space of a very short time. These people are let go. And that's people, if you look at the comment on social media and other places, they say this is mercy for sale, because it has to be, no one can actually come to terms to the action of the president and the list of those who were given this opportunity to walk away without serving their terms fully. Their terms like Paruna, he has served his term, and if you've done that, that's fair. But not that people who have just 3 years, people who have life sentence, who are spending 3 years, who have spent 5 years, and then you just say, wait, you pat their back, they should bar and go. This culture of bar and go that has been taken from the National Assembly has really run deep into the culture of governance in Nigeria, which we should do all our best to try to. Because what do you tell about young people who have decided to be disciplined, to drive their culture, their life with integrity, who work day to night, from morning to night, for just a meager sum of 70,000 naira, 100,000 naira? What do you tell them? Are you telling them that if they have their way, they should commit crime and they will get this level of mercy from the presidency? So we need to probably look at the culture of this, because this culture of impunity. It's not done anywhere. You have to look at the level of crime. People who you can even look at, these people deserve some level of mercy. Not this level. Kidnapping, banditry, cocaine peddling. No, it is. There's no way I can justify. A lot of people can't even fathom it that the president granted this. You are talking about Evans. Evans, the kidnapper, is still under trial. I think, or they have been sentenced. He will also be waiting for such opportunity. So what are you telling us? It is unfair. And we must be able to tell the president, yes, the prerogative of mercy is the constitution has the right granted to you, but you are not at the president of yourself. You are there for the Nigerian people. You are working for the Nigerian people. It's a public office held in trust for our people, and that public office must be handled in the way that our collective interest is involved in your day-to-day decision making. That our collective safety, because the safety of life and property is the primary purpose of governance. So look at the level of insecurity that we are facing, and then you are now bringing more people to add to it. So let's keep on watching. But the president must try to review his power to grant mercy to bandits and kidnappers. He must review it, and such level of brazen attack on our constitution should no longer be allowed.
All right. Well, we'll be watching to see what the members of the National Assembly will say. I don't know if they are on break or back, and how many of them will be on seats, because we're used to seeing empty seats more often than not. But that's another matter for another day. But if they are inside, I think they are back, in session, and let's see if they will say anything about it. Because what else can we do, Chief Ameh? What else can Nigerians do, than to complain? It's sad. Anyway, Chief Peter Ameh, like I said, is former national chairman of the Inter-Party Advisory Committee, which is a council rather, which is the umbrella body for all registered political parties in Nigeria. He's also currently the national secretary of the Coalition of United Political Parties. He is a strong advocate for transparent elections, INEC's independence, and also internal party democracy. He has also been vocal against reforms that could weaken the Electoral Act, especially proposals that allow result manipulation and after declarations. Also, former presidential candidate. All right, Chief Ameh, your immediate reaction to the announcement of Professor Joash Amopiton of the University of Jos, Professor of Law, and like Opus Odima said, Professor of Evidence, as the nominee of Mr. President, as approved by the Council of State for the next INEC chairman. This, of course, will have to be ratified by the National Assembly. What's your immediate reaction to the announcement and to the person whose name has been put forward?
For me, I made mistake to follow people, because I think for now what we are looking at is to give him the time to resume office if he's approved by the National Assembly. I have no doubt the National Assembly will give him the approval, because for them everything that comes for the president does not need to be interrogated or does not need to be further investigated. I would not want to call them rubber stamp like what I've called them, but they allow everything to pass through. So what we should look at, we should do agenda setting for Joash Ojo Amopitan, because it's critical. Our electoral system it holds the hope and aspiration of our people. Because if we don't have an electoral system that is driven based on transparency, accountability, and integrity, then we'll have issues. Because by the Constitution, as enshrined in our Constitution, the INEC is responsible to organize, to undertake, and conduct elections. But they have other further responsibility to carry out delineations of constituency across Nigeria, to be regulator and register of political parties. They are the registrar of political parties in Nigeria. They also have to carry those who have committed electoral offences to the court, for trial. And that.
So they can be pardoned tomorrow. Oh, we've lost. Are you there, Chief Ameh? Are you there?
Yeah. Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, you're saying that he should carry electoral offenders to court so that they can be pardoned tomorrow.
Huh?
So you said he should carry electoral offenders to court, and I'm saying so they can be pardoned tomorrow.
There are a lot of electoral offenders that do have been pardoned, because there's what they call normally prosecute the most of the state. And the way it's going now, I think the APC will be pardoning electoral offenders. So this is where our fears lies. We need to probably have commission so that we can unbundle the commission. But for me, for Joash Amopitan, it's coming with law of evidence like they have described him. CV is very rich. But I'm not looking at his CV. I'm looking at the fact that he should try his best not to see this appointment as a favor from the president. Not to see it as if the president has given him something that brought him to limelight.
But Peter, I want you to talk about his person. Do you know him? Have you met him before? Have you heard of him before? Is he competent enough?
No,
to occupy this position? Yes, we know that he is a competent, well-qualified academician, legal practitioner, legal scholar. But does he have what it takes to fill the boots or the shoes of the office of INEC chair?
look, for me, I'm trying to be optimistic and wake up and then condemn the man entirely without giving him a trial. And I'm also not trying to praise him without him also even doing what needs to be praised. He needs to be praised for. The critical aspect he must understand, and we must all collectively agree that he has participated in litigation across electoral matters, and that would have given him some level of knowledge of the kind of masquerading, the kind of problem, the kind of corruption that the electoral system is undergoing. And I've seen some of his videos when he talks about the misuse and the immunity clause that is given to the president and executives in this country, especially in Africa. So I've seen some of those videos, and I feel those are sad because people will judge you by the things you have said in the past. And somebody who have appeared on TV and radio, we've never seen him, cross into praising politician. But I do not want to be a praise singer for a man that have not been tested on the job of which he was appointed. I want a situation when if he resumes, we are setting agenda for him. The commission he has a very battered image. The commission legitimacy about election conduct in Nigeria is extremely diminished. If not people, let's say the certain percent them still believe there's possibility to have a renewed system in the commission. And if that renewed system will come, it is Josh Ojo Amupitan that will come and prove himself and show to Nigerians that I am a professor of law. I know what the law talked about, the essence of the creation of the Independent Electoral Commission, and the independent will be sustained. The electoral will be further enriched to protect the votes of the people, and the commission will start collectively to work for the general purpose of which it was created. So this is his own responsibility. It's not mine. If he decides now that he wants to rub his name in the mud, then the history will remember him for that. If he decides that he wants to rise above the monkey waters of politics, history will remember him for that. But for now, I will be cautiously optimistic, expecting him to do what is right.
Do people care these days about mud? I mean, people are actually ready to get into the mud if that will guarantee, a sound financial, generational upliftment and wealth. So some people don't care about mud these days. But I don't know. I'm not saying that's the case here. But some people are arguing and are listening to us right now, Chief Ameh, and thinking, we're wasting our time. We're wasting our time. They're thinking we're wasting our time. Why are they thinking we're wasting our time? They're thinking we're wasting our time because they feel that Professor Josh Amupito has been appointed to do a job, a hatchet job for his boss or whoever appointed him. And so it's a fait accompli. It's a fait accompli. There's nothing to be hopeful about. It'll amount to being, wasting our time and expending saliva and energy. It's already a done deal. That there's nothing else he's there to do than to capture this coming election for Bola Tinubu and APC. That's what some people feel. No, not me. So what do you say to that?
A lot of people would think like that, but I'm not among those who surrender. I don't surrender. I don't surrender to the system. I think that the power of the people in their majority is more than the power of the minorities that are controlling the affairs of the state. It is all we need to do is to be determined that we can actually put in place government for the people and government that will be responsible for the people. Let me tell you, we have more than 79,000 polling units. Judge Amupitan is not going to control all of it. We need to also have our own structures. We need to be able to work for, to put our strategy in place. I am telling you that within that framework, we can defeat the already weakened, the already unpopular establishment. Whatever their intentions for appointing him is, that intentions will be defeated. He himself knows that the capacity for him to run against Nigeria is not there. But the issue is that Nigerians are this kind of people that with one failure they disengage. But I've asked a lot of my friends who say, "Oh, they took the election in 2023. I'm not going to do it again." Are you disengaging? I ask them. If you write a professional exam today and they say they give you 3 attempts, and you know that this exam will determine and change your life and the life of your unborn generation or the ones you already have. If you face the first one, are you not going to give the second attempt a try? Are you not going to give the third one until you exhaust all avenue to be able to change what you do not like and the expected outcome of the result that you want? So I think that it is left for the people not to resign to fate, not to disengage from the process, to continue to engage and continue to participate. Because with time, if our votes are not important, if the electoral system cannot, take our vote to be that important. If you look at 2003, there was ballot box stuffing, there was ballot box smashing. That has drastically reduced not because of the electoral commission, because there are more educated minds over the last 20 years of our democracy. There are younger people who constitute 60% of our population today and our voting bloc today who no longer believe, because of education, to now go into ballot box smashing, ballot box stuffing and all that. So with time, our society itself is evolving and changing into a level that they are more educated young people.
All right.
So what we should do is for people to go to the polling units and act as the human infrastructure to defend the authority of the people. Because naturally, people are just looking to make lecture to deceive people. Accreditation is done at the polling unit. Both are cast at the polling unit. Both are counted, and winners are emerged at the polling unit. So if we have very well oiled human infrastructure in place, which people call agents, you can have your CA, because we are not going to be doing election to go to the judiciary this time. The judiciary has also shown that because of our not well structured handing over and taking over process, the judiciary has also shown to see that they are afraid to take certain decisions because the person who they are to take that decision against has already been sworn in. So if we had had a system that all litigation will be taken care of before a person is sworn in, you could have seen some level of boldness on the judiciary. The judiciary does not have the boldness of the Oputa panel of the times of when the judges were very courageous to take decisions. This judiciary today is also a break in the transition to a credible electoral process. So the people must now look at it from what I'm saying, to have a system on their own that can deliver their own mandate.
Right.
It's happening in a lot of countries. It has happened, and it's something that can also happen in Nigeria. I'm not giving up hope, and I will never be among those who will surrender to the established system that is failing our people. All
right. So give Professor Josh Omopito the benefit of the doubt, you're saying. We'll go for a next commercial. When we come back, I'll begin by picking some calls, reading some messages, and then we ask a few more questions to our guest, Chief Peter Ameh, former national chairman of the Inter-Party Advisory Committee. So please stay with us. When we come back from the break, we'll take your calls. So the Morning Crossfire.
99.3 Nigeria Info. We'll be right back.
Thousands of daily matches laid out. Clear interface is there on your screen. Just enjoy the process as you bet on your teams. Withdraw winnings anytime, no stress. Yep, the game starts with 1xBet. DRUMNG. That's the promo code to get 300% welcome bonus on 1xBet NG. 18 plus, so play responsibly. Yeah.
Remember the name. Arenas Plus. When malaria strikes, Arenas Plus. Remember the name, Arenas Plus. When you feeling down, Arenas Plus.
Arenax Plus is the name to remember when you need to beat malaria with ease. Arenax Plus is a combination of artemether and lumenfantrine and is effective in the treatment of malaria in adults and children. So the next time malaria strikes, remember the name. Arenax Plus beats malaria with ease. If symptoms persist after 3 days, please see a doctor. Available in pharmacies near you. Arenax Plus is a quality product from Swiffer.
When I wake up in the morning, I need something to help me start my day. Pick 4, 5, 6 has DHA. It helps my brain to grow. It helps me to be smart. Oh, my own milk. Oh, Pick 4, 5, 6, yeah. My own milk. Oh, Pick 4, 5, 6, yeah. My own milk. Oh, Pick 4, 5, 6, yeah. My own milk. Oh, Pick 4, 5, 6, yeah. Pocari's with my ions, please can't get enough. My ions, please
kitchen game, there are players and then Agba Ballers, MVP, Player of the Year, 10-0, no rival. Become an Agba Baller with the new improved Maggi chicken flavor, made with a flavorful formation of onions, celery, turmeric to bring out your top game in the kitchen. Elevate the taste of your everyday dishes with delicious rich chicken flavor. Oh yeah, let's go.
New Maggi chicken flavor, my game changer.
Keystone Mega Milli giveaway. Yeah, yeah. Cash is calling, cash is calling. Keep on winning, oh, keep on winning. Win more. Ooh, yeah, yeah. Millions waiting.
From now to December 31st, 2025, you could be one of the 565 lucky winners in the Keystone Mega Milli giveaway. Simply carry out 10 transactions or more on any Keystone Bag channel for weekly cash wins, or save 10,000 naira or more for a month to qualify for the mega draw where millionaires are made. No account yet? Download the Key mobile app from your app store and open one today for your share of millions. T's and C's apply. Keystone Bank. We grow together.
New Lafarge water shield cement now confirm. Number one waterproof cement for Nigeria. Yeah. Ogbonge cement for waterlogged areas. Number one waterproof cement for Nigeria. Yeah. New Lafarge water shield cement number one. Number one. New Lafarge waterproof cement now confirm. One time. Put full stop for water wahala. With Lafarge water shield cement, water go collect. If water jam house, or the shit, Lafarge, na confirm. Cement, new Lafarge water shield cement, na confirm.
Put full stop for water wahala.
It's been me, my back yo, my body yo, my shoulder yo, with Salon Pass. When the back it on the pain you, with Salon Pass. When the body on the trouble you,
Salon Pass Pain Relief Patch provides effective relief for stubborn pain such as back pain, shoulder pain, knee pain, and leg pain. Salon Pass is distributed by Drugstock and available in pharmacies and stores near you. Try Salon Pass today. Salon Pass, just patch it. If symptoms persist after 3 days, please consult your doctor.
Oh, the only detergent that keeps me bright and fresh. I know the waste time to wash. I thought my clothes have the best, so why go less? You can't wash a lot with a little Viva. Use Viva. Don't waste your time, don't waste your money. Use Viva. Viva, oh Viva. I love my Viva. Don't need no other. I love my Viva forever. Viva, oh Viva. I love my Viva. Don't need no other. I love my Viva forever. Viva, I love my Viva. Don't need no other. I love my Viva forever.
Viva Detergent, a quality cleaning powder from Aspira.
The voices that speaks the truth. Live from the heart of the conversation.
I think there's nothing that has strained our nerves like this concept of unity.
The politicians who are pushing out this narrative, they are not tribalistic, but they are making you tribalistic.
Nigerians have expressed outrage over the certificate forgery by Nigeria's Minister of Science and Technology.
Same-sex marriage. Church of Nigeria rejects election of new Archbishop of Canterbury.
That the people that are killed in the Boko Haram or terrorism across this country are only Christians. That is unfair.
We are complaining. Election will come. We will still collect 1,000 naira and still vote for the same people.
Gas was to be sold by Dangote at 800 naira. It's all these gas dealers that block it.
Match your actions or match what you are saying with reality.
Stay with us. More coming up on 99.3 Nigeria Info. Let's talk.
This is Morning Crossfire on 99.3 Nigeria Info.
Welcome back. Still the Morning Crossfire. It's a brand new week, Lagos. And of course, today we're stepping into the critical moment in our democracy, setting the agenda for the incoming INEC chairman, who's expected to be approved or ratified by the National Assembly. And of course, today with us, Chief Peter Ameh, former national chairman of the Inter-Party Advisory Committee, IPAC. Lagos, do you believe that the new INEC chairman can perform better than his predecessor? Some are already saying they're the same. Joe? Yeah, the other one was a professor. This one is a professor, so it's the same thing. But they're not necessarily the same. You think it's time to give Professor Mopito benefit of the doubt? That's if it's him. His appointment is given the green light by the National Assembly. It's time to give him a benefit of the doubt, like my guest says. Let's see what he will do. What's the number one change that you'd like to see made at INEC ahead of future elections? And would you like to see reforms in the appointment of the INEC chairman? Should the president continue to be the appointer of the INEC chairman, or would you like the process to involve, civil society, the likes of Peter Ameh, who's with me, Chief Peter Ameh is with me right now, maybe giving the responsibility to scout and select someone to be the new INEC chairman going forward? That would mean we have constitutional reform or amendment. After what happened in 2023, do you still trust technologies like BVAS and IRF? Should electronic transmission of results be mandatory nationwide? Should we even go forward to have electronic voting? Now, when INEC fails, who should be held responsible? The chairman, the institution, the politicians pressuring the systems, the media, me, civil society, Chief Ameh who's listening, security agencies, who? What do you say? And of course, what would convince you that elections under this new leadership will be better than under the former man who has left, of course, a national honor to boot? Now, if you had just 1 minute, with the incoming INEC chairman, what would you say to him? Chief Ameh, I can assume that some things that some of our listeners will have to say to the new INEC chairman, we can't put them on air. They're unprintable, But anyway, let's go to the phone line before I come back to our guests. 0201-277-0993. 0201-277-0993. I can't wait for Mahmoud Yakubu's book. I know he'll publish a book. They all do. 99.3.
Nigeria easily develop collective.
Yes, I'll come to you, sir. Yeah, Pastor Ladipo, go on. Listening. You are listening from today.
Okay. You see, Kofi, my take is this. Even if they appoint Angel Gabriel or Michael, we will complain. But the truth is this person that have been appointed now, let's just give him a chance and let him be the one that will decide if he's going to write his name. If he's going to write his name in
Pastor Ladipo, are you there?
Left for him.
Okay.
I'm here.
You said write his name where in the book of life?
I said let's give him a chance.
He's a pastor.
He's going to write his name in the book of time. We will know. Like posterity will speak for him. Thank you.
Thank you. I missed that part of your comment, because you lost you for a bit, so I just assumed it was book of life you're talking about, since you're pastor. 99.3, name, location, and contribution.
Hello?
Yes, welcome.
Hello, good morning, Mr. Kofi.
Welcome.
This morning from Naja.
All right.
Okay, my advice to this INEC chairman is not to emulate what Mahmoud Yakubu did. To give us the clear result of 2027 election. Thank you very much.
All right. Thank you for your time. Appreciate you calling in. Should give us the true result of the 2027 election. 99.3. 99.3. Female line. Are you there? I can't hear you. Please call back. 99.3. Your name, location, and contribution.
Hello. Good morning, Kofi.
Welcome.
Yeah, this is the merchant man. Kofi, in as much as the likes of Mikey Guinea and some other prominent figures in the umpire have been skipped, the likes of OT that actually pronounced the result of Lex OT, in as much as we miss out of such names, I've not heard about this name before. I think something is fishy. Just like Pastor Ladipo said, we give them time. But for the fact that he is not as popular as any other person we thought would have handled that position, I think there might be repetition of what happened in 2023. But only time will tell, because what we see today is the more you look, the less you see. Thank you very much, Kofi.
All right, he said something is fishy. 99.3. All right, I do not know what issue. We have a female line. I can't hear you. Please call back. 99.3.
Hello, good morning.
Welcome.
This is Teddy from Isolo.
All right.
It's sad. I have an uncle who died in active service with the NDLEA. So it is sad to see that people risk their lives to do a job, just like the soldiers. At the end of the day, you pardon or reintegrate some of these elements into the society. It's sad. When again, I know someone who stole a chicken to eat, and is in jail for 4 years. So it's crazy. I don't understand what we do in Nigeria. Then two, it is impossible for anyone to say, I think, my opinion, that it's impossible for anyone to say that a man who tried to explain how someone who we saw won an election in a funny way, won it the right way, will now be the umpire in deciding if that person is going to become president, and will not make the person president, and will not do everything in his power to ensure that person becomes president. It's insane. This man sorry, I have no words.
Are you talking about the Presidential Election Petition Tribunal or the appeals, the Supreme Court? Is that what you're talking about? Okay, let me come back to Chief Ameh. Some people may be confusing Amo Piton with Osho Piton.
Yes, that who made that mistake.
Who was part of the PEPC?
No, this one, it wasn't part of it. No, the issue, the distrust that is happening is as a result of the mutual, how they call it, distrust that is between the Nigerian citizens and the commission. And that is the reason why nobody wants to trust anybody at this moment. Because those who have taken our hopes to high heavens have ended up crashing it. Look at what Mahmoud and his team and Festus Okoye and all that did. There was nothing they did not talk about electronic transmission. They promised that it would be instant, it would be double coalition, double accreditation, everything they said. And at the end of the day, they reversed and reneged on it. And when you ask them, they say it was not mandatory. Let me tell you people something. The INEC you see today as what they call guidelines and regulation for conduct of elections.
Yeah.
Every process of how the election will be conducted was captured in it. And the Supreme Court on several occasions have said that INEC has power to make some subsidiary legislation, and that legislation is accepted under our laws.
But they've said it's not legally binding. They've said it's not legally binding.
That is what the tribunal said. But prior before that, Supreme Court has said that it was legally binding. But when it came to tribunal overturned that processes and went back to Supreme Court. Supreme Court again turned the law upside down. So the issue we have, I have told people who are willing to save Nigeria, we are not going to be doing election and trying to go to court. The judicialization of our electoral process must stop. We must start to have the Electoral Commission that announce result, and then it is the mandate of given by the people. We cannot say go to court. Go to court is part of the corrupt architectural structure that has been put together by those who are in the authority.
So if Nigerians are not going to court and a result is announced that is a fake result, fake result, far from what people
announced, what we are putting in place. Let me tell you, the commission, we also know that Nigerians are ready. All we need is to have proper human infrastructure in 179,000 polling units, so that we can have our Form ECA in our hand. The process, when you look at the Constitution, if you look at Section 156, that talks about on the process of criteria for person to be appointed as INEC chairman, you look at Section 154, that talks about the process where people of impeccable character, people who have seen what Nigeria was, and people who have led this country as head of state and former president, will be part of those who will take decision in the Council of State to allow the person to be chairman. If you look at the problem we also have, if you look at Section 155, Section 1C, that says that anybody who is appointed under any executive body that is created under Section 132 will enjoy uninterrupted 5-year tenure. That auto security was to make the person be secure, that when I get into office, nobody can remove me. Because that also further said that for you to remove a man who has been appointed through these processes, you need 2/3 of members of the National Assembly. But today, as of yesterday, I can report to you that in the Senate, IPC already has 2/3. So that is no longer a buffer security zone. What we have is the people. And the people, what we have with Nigerians is that they have short attention lifespan on any issue in the world, the shortest of any issue in the world. We're talking about people who have diminished our power, prerogative of mercy authority. We'll talk it for 2 days. We'll move on. We forget about it.
So
easily develop collective amnesia.
Yeah. So Chief Ameh, you said that Nigerians are not going to go to the judiciary anymore because you have said they are part of this corrupt political state capture by people who are kakistocrats, kleptocrats, plutocrats, autocrats, and call it what you want. Now, you are saying Nigerians who have agents in all the wards and polling units in the country and will hold your form EC8A. But you can't force the INEC chairman to announce a result that is not doctored. That is not doctored. You can't force. So the possession, Chief Ameh, the possession, sorry to interrupt you. The possession of this form from EC8A does not bar the INEC chairman from announcing a doctored result. And history is there to bear me witness, Chief. So when you say we're not going to the judiciary, what will Nigerians do with this presence in all the polling units?
This place is for us to talk. It's not for us to lay all our strategy in the public. But I assure you that first of all, let's put that structure together. We'll put that structure together, and what we'll do next will be so strong that the commission will have no choice to do that, to do the right thing. The fact remains that the commission should not see themselves as the arm of the presidency. The commission is an independent body, and what is happening today is that political appointment has overshadowed the independence of the commission, and we need a lot of reforms. The kind of reform we need are reforms that I don't think we'll get, except we get people of reasonable sense of thinking into power. Because the kind of reform we should have, first of all, is that when election is conducted and a winner is announced, nobody should be sworn into office until all matters are litigated and the outcome is known. So if you sworn anybody into office, you will discover that the person will now capture the power of state. So you have a system in Nigeria that the president is the commander-in-chief of the Nigerian Armed Forces and is in charge of the Nigerian police. The gamut of our electoral system is not only the Electoral Commission. So there are a lot of other agencies that play their own little role to follow the process. So you also have a situation that you have a government in place who does not understand what the essence of democracy is. The power is supposed to be given to by the people. So the people must not continue in this progressing error by saying that it will be our business. It is our business to save this country for our future generation, to make it work. And when people talk about, when I talk about Josh Amopita, I look at him, I say, look, Jack Conde wasn't a governor for 2 terms. But today, we're born in Lagos, we still talk about the schools, free education he gave, we still talk about the roads he built, the federal housing he put in place. So Johnson, that was former governor of Lagos, was not governor forever. But there are records of what they've done. So I were telling people who are appointed to disassociate, to be able to be independent of what the culture of impunity, the culture of corruption, the culture of undermining the Nigerian people, the culture of people undermining the Nigerian constitution should stop during their lifetime. Right. This is a man who is just 58 years old. He has opportunity today, and that opportunity, if it's messed up, he will go out shamefully like others have bowed out. Right. You can see about the elitist escort.
All right.
Nobody's happy with
Ameh, so you're saying if Professor Josh Amopiton will not be independent, Nigerians will help him to be independent.
That is what we are going to do. It is very critical at this point in time. Nigeria cannot continue to progress in error.
All right. And you're not going to court anything. There's no case of going to court. You're not.
What is the essence?
Go to court for what? Okay. We'll see that. What we have in this country is not a democracy. What we have is at best kakistocracy, kleptocracy, plutocracy, oligarchy, autocracy. And all these things are masquerading as democracy. But it's not democracy. It's not democracy. And if Nigerians are to play by democratic rules, you can't play by democratic rules when those rules are not being obeyed. And so what the likes of Chief Ameh are saying is, let's play by the rules. Let's play by the rules. It's very important. Very important. Let's now I'll pick some calls, and I have another question for you, because some part of me thinks the INEC chairman's hands are tied, in a way. And I told our listeners this last week, and most of them disagreed with me. I want you to give me your thoughts on it, but I'll pick some calls here. 99.3, good morning.
Yeah, Kofi, good morning. This is Collins from Ebejuleki.
All right, welcome.
Yeah, the man has spoken very well, but there are so many gray areas he has not touched. Like the process of getting your voter's card. It's a Herculean task. After this, getting it is a problem. Then on the day of the election, how is he going to handle the issue of the government in power, mobilizing the police, the army, the area boys, chasing people from voting this way? This is undermine the voting process. How is he going to handle it? Thank you.
All right, that's a very important question. Because these guys have shown they don't have the capacity to play, or they have the capacity to not play by the rules, and unleash thugs, use the force of might of the federal government through its security agencies to undermine the election. So what are you politicians in the opposition going to do about that?
Apart from advocacy, like I told you, we're organizing. Advocacy in the sense that we need to continue to talk to Nigerians. What they are doing is for there to be low voter turnout. I can tell you in my experience in advocacy for elections and all that, what they want is low voter turnout. They want a situation where their threat will lead to voter apathy, so that the turnout on election day, we will see 50 people in the polling, 30 people in the polling, where 2 people can come and send them packing and then disrupt the process. If there's high voter turnout, today I think we have over 86 million registered voters. If we even have half of that, turn up for elections, you will find out that we will overwhelm the system. We don't have enough police structure to undermine the massive participation of the people. We don't have it. You can't have 10 police by polling unit. You can't have that. So it is the people who will now say no, enough is enough. The future of your children is at stake. Their children don't go to school here. Our universities are going on strike. There's no resources. I've been in school in the last 10 years doing masters and PhD. I can tell you cannot find one single foreign student in our university. You go to Ghana, they are foreign students. You go to Togo, they are foreign students, because their educational system, educational system is accommodating. So we have a challenge to save this country. And it is that challenge that will determine that we should stop resigning to fate. We should stop over-emphasizing of the power of the state. The power of the state is derived from the people. It is in the majority. It is when we are in minority, when we refuse to come out to participate, that you empower them to overshadow the interest of the people. The people will come out. All these things you see happening in Lagos and Rivers and all these things is the fact that they want to intimidate people ahead of time, so that the less people participate, the better opportunity for them to add numbers. So apart from other structures that the opposition will put in place, which is not something to be announced on national radio, is to encourage the people to know that we should stop this system of this developing collective amnesia. You've done well. In 2023, you performed. Yes, there are certain structures that were not there that failed you. But you cannot say because a child did not pass first term exam, he cannot try again. This is a time for us to save our country. We shouldn't become like Cameroon, where people will hold it down forever, where a structure of microscopic few who are in power, who have benefited from power, who have never done any enterprise in their life, who have never invested in any business in their life, only became rich because they are a part of politics. So if we have a country that people who are in politics are richer than people who are living normal day work life, then we are going to be encouraging this culture of impunity, this culture of disrespect for our constitution. I have told him, he should understand that every polling unit, there's over 179,000 polling units. If you calculate it that you are putting 20 men, you will not be able to. It's not sustainable. It's not achievable. Those people who are bringing area boys, I am telling you, apart from some places, area boys issue is now even dropping below your calculation, below what you think. So we should participate. Let people come outside. Mass participation more people coming out to vote, we overwhelm the system, we overwhelm the culture of impunity, and we deliver a mandate for our people. Trust me, this has happened all over the world. It has shown to be the efficacy of this process has shown to be to achieve result. So we should not look at every time we have to try to overemphasize that they have one power that we can't take away from them. That power we can take away. You took it away. People talk about Alex Oti and the Professor Oti. Yes, I want to commend the woman for what she did in Abia. But I want to tell you something. At the time when Alex Oti was already rigged out in previous election, this time when they got a win that the election will be rigged, Alex Oti and his men mobilized towards the collation center. They mobilized, don't forget, go and look at the record. They mobilized towards the collation center because the PDP had gone there to also take over the collation center. It was this combination of forces to show that we have the capacity that gave the woman the courage to now make an announcement in favor of the authentic victor. So it is clear that if we decide that a mandate is being stolen and we say, okay, let's just go home, that's what they do for Nigeria, then they will continue to do like that. Okay. They are not interested in our public health system. They are not interested in our hospitals. They are not interested in anything that concerns the masses. They are willing to destroy it so that they can empower their children.
All right. You said, I think the challenge, and I'm happy you mentioned it, Chief Ameh, is to emancipate Nigerians from democratic slavery, let me call it that, to enable Nigerians to realize that these kakistocrats, these kleptocrats, these plutocrats, these oligarchs, these autocrats are afraid of them. They are scared. They are scared that
seriously,
when Nigerians realize how powerful they are and wake up, their end is there. They are afraid. How can people seize the entire wealth of a nation and run away with it scot-free? How? And people wallow in poverty, in poverty. Anyway, Chief Pitame, thank you very much for your time and keep up the good job. I like your word you used there, organizing. It's very important. And I think you're not against any political party, they say. But you want whoever wins the election should win fair and square. I think that's what Nigerians don't bring talks to chase people away. Don't use police and army to shoot people. All right. Chief, thank you for your time. Let's go. Have you do it again. Certainly. Thank you very much for your time. Thank you very much.
You are listening to your number one station for talk.
99.3 Nigeria Info.
99.3 Nigeria Info. Let's talk.
Mommy, Golden Penny is giving away 4 billion naira prizes for the 65th anniversary. Just buy Golden Penny noodles, pasta, or semovita. Check inside pack for code. Send code on WhatsApp and win airtime instant.
99.3 Nigeria Info. We are more than just radio. Subscribe to our YouTube channel at Nigeria Info FM. Check us out on Facebook at Nigeria Info 99.3. Follow us on Twitter at Nigeria Info FM and on Instagram at Nigeria Info FM Lagos for live updates as it happens. 99.3 Nigeria Info. Let's talk.